Hello guys, welcome back. Shake. So like we are focusing on crime in South Africa. Crime in South Africa, you know. So in today's videos, we're going to focus to James confront the weakness of being drug stolen. Just imagine, because of I was reacting on the other one. If you know, you know. I was reacting on the other one, same case. About the drugs that about the drugs that have been, just imagine the drugs we see on TV. So like the drugs are taken, the drugs are back. They call people with drugs coming to Southern. They call people with drugs coming from Southern. You understand? We're so happy. Yes, these people, they want to come here to destroy the youth of our South Africa. These people want to come here to destroy our kids. Oh my God, God, you don't know. You don't know. After that, these police, just imagine police that came to Parliament. They shared the stories to say like other people that promoted because of the wrongdoings, other people that promoted because of this and this, other people are promoted because of this and this and this. Those best things are happening. So when I'm watching TV, say like, yes, they got these people with drugs. They got these people with drugs. Those police that retain those drugs back to the street. And this James is going to confront them. I know when she's going to confront. Let's watch and share our opinion based on this, because I know like James doesn't play. James doesn't play. He's going to confront these people who do wrong things to our societies.
Today we took testimony from a witness who told us about guns being booked in at SAPS and finding its way back onto our streets.
Just imagine. Should we start a new police station? Should we start our own police station? Or should we have robots in the police station?
Today, the three of you are sitting here and you are telling us about drugs being booked in to SAPS, to the forensic lab, and finding its way back onto the streets.
They are telling us that. They are telling us that. Just imagine, James. They are telling us, so like this, the drugs that they put there, they return back. Just imagine, James. Just imagine.
That is a big concern. And I don't know what more we need to hear, and we're going to hear as this committee. I want to ask you, what is the process when it comes to the handling of drugs from the crime scene to forensics? Because I'm trying to understand, why is it so easy just to steal drugs?
That's a beautiful process. So like, what is the process? After the process, do they take the drugs? So like, it's like they do like this. It's like they do like this. So like, drugs. It's a easy process. Like now, when you take the drugs, the specific people, they check it in, they send in, they look butlers or what's happening.
Thank you, Chair. The drugs from the crime scene, there will be experts that are attending the scene from crime scene management. And sometimes we have our experts who are dealing with clean labs.
So experts are the ones who come there. Experts are people who are, the word expert are people who have been doing the same thing for years, for decades. They come to the crime scene. It's easy. Your job is easy. You don't have to be special. You don't have to be, it's easy to do that work. You don't have to be special, man. These drugs here, You take those drugs, you put in the van, you put in the office or in the whatever the security or whatever the vault. You don't have to be special to do that, collecting drugs. You don't have to. It's very easy.
They will seal the drugs on the premises in exhibit bags and ferry them to forensic Selwaten at the reception area. At the reception area, we have members that are dedicated only to receive drugs exhibits.
Okay. It's a long process. Why don't people from who took those drugs from C, why do not take those drugs and put it straight there? Not like give me admin clicking there, and this one is clicking there. There's a long process. Oh, is how you create employment. Maybe it's a ways of creating employment, but we can check it's a long training process, to be honest. You hold the drugs, give that other one. You give other one, you give other one. So it is like if there are 2 people or 3 people or 5 people team, they take those drugs, they put it them, and they're only them who knows about these drugs where they put them.
And we'll have members who are dedicated to receive firearms.
Yeah.
We'll have the members who are dedicated to receive anything to do with
crime.
Let me say
crime.
The soil of gold and all those stuff. We call it.
Now, corruption has been happening in South Africa, man. Corruption is been happening in South Africa. Now we are seeing the results of corruption. Corruption has been happening. The only thing like we're seeing like now, we are seeing the results of corruption. That means been happening like now we are only seeing the results of corruption. You understand? That's what we are seeing like now. But then let's move forward. Because now I can tell like now the only thing we're seeing like is the only thing that we are seeing is the results.
It's scientific analysis. So those members, are responsible to make sure that they receive those exhibits correctly, and the exhibits back are not damaged, and they also check the details of case references on the exhibit itself. Then they hand them over to registration. And registration will hand over the drugs to case management member.
Why long process like this? There's need to have this long process like this. They tell the drugs from here to put it there. They tell the drugs that they put it there. Why long process? Why is a process after process? Think it does put it there, think it does put it there. To make a simple, easy one. Hi, man.
That are collecting the drugs to go to incoming safe, which we call it TB1 safe. 20 section.
So the drugs are kept in a safe. It's not just kept on a counter where people can walk in and walk out with the drugs.
No, Chairperson, kept in a safe.
Why?
In the vault, some kind of a vault.
So yeah, something like a vault. That James, what he's trying to do, he just want to break it into steps. So like, okay, he want to say like these people that do it intentionally, and he want to say like these people that do it willingly, because they say like, can you please tell us the process of the drugs? The men explain the process of the drugs. Then he said like, oh, they're saying the safe. Say yes, in the safe. Because it's kind of the vault. And there's specific people who have access to that, who know the password, who know everything. So people who went to take those drugs, They know exactly what they're doing. They got the full information. That's where you see who is this lady? Come on, lady. That's why you say, like, you see this lady, James, wanted to understand, like, what is happening.
The drugs has access to a vault. Is that what you're saying?
That's correct.
What impact does this have on the case when it appears before court?
If the exhibit is missing, it is common cause that the court will throw the case out and the suspect will be back on the street.
I thought, like, I see these things in movies. I thought I see this thing in movies. People are going to pay, so they're going to make sure docket is missing, go to get rid of evidence, go to do this and this and this. Because of money. Because of money.
So millions are being spent on operations to get drugs off our street. It goes into a vault at SAPS in Tshwane, and the SAPS members carry it out back onto our streets.
Correct.
This particular matter that you raised here, it was to the value of 500 million. Am I correct?
It's correct, yeah. Sure.
There's camera footage that actually shows the drugs being placed in bins for them to steal, and you saying General Patlane still didn't act on this.
Correct. Okay. More especially, there was a case whereby
so, like, I don't know, they say, like, there's a 5 million that is issued to make sure they take drugs out of the streets. So that 5 million was just what kind of police they employing? What kind of police, like, that they wrote things like this? People, they said it's the 5 million to make sure we get the drugs out of the streets, right? But that 5 million, people who said they did that 5 million to make sure they remove drugs to the streets, they use it for their advantage. So, like, now it's confusing now. It's very confusing. People say, like, hey, we are focused on the drugs, want to get rid of the drugs. Can we have this budget of this amount so that drugs can be out of the street, right? But the police are the one who bring them out in the streets. Yeah. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do.
This person was convicted for Rhino was also involved taking out the drugs, and he was captured on a video footage. And around those years, we were using the DVD, CD-ROMs, some kind of a. And then there are members who have seen that footage, but the management destroyed that footage.
Destroyed in front of you, or destroyed, like, how? The management destroyed the footage, the evidence in front of you, or it's like we're using a CV, then you see someone taking the drugs there on the CCTV, then it's like, we need to arrest this person, we need to open the case with this person. Then when we want the evidence is gone. Like, how did manager destroyed it? I hope, like, James, are going to ask that question, right? Because of this guy is remaining silent, and when the remaining silence, he wants you to intervene. So what do you say, James?
So even having footage at SAPS, still not going to stop SAPS members from stealing and corruption.
Yes. It's endemic.
The country we are heavy. The country we are heavy.
So you say the impact on the matter at court means that obviously now you have a statement that where there's loopholes in the statement based on the forensic bags, because obviously the numbers are no longer the same. And hence these matters get struck off the roll.
Correct.
And these drug dealers get placed back on our streets because of setting us up and sabotaging our communities.
They do. They do. They do. They do. I don't lie. This is so sad. This is so sad. I don't know. This is very so sad, man. This is very so sad. Zoctol is listening to this kind of stuff, you know. When you have something like this, it's like that guy, his work is just going to a grave. Zoctol are going to places, taking the drugs back, taking the drugs to drunk lords. Still, those drugs are going to return back to the street. Still, like those drugs are going to return to the street. So what is the purpose of that program of Zoctol? While we have police are doing wrong things. It's just like, even though in police, when we have evidence, you say like, I have evidence. Oh, it means nothing.
Correct.
And people like Gentle Patlan are not acting. Over a 2-year period, tell me, how long do these drugs remain at the forensic lab? What's the longest period? Because in my mind, that there's a risk to this, keeping it there too long. How long does it get kept at forensic lab before it goes for destruction?
The drugs dating back from 2015, they're still in the safe.
So you're telling me we put all these resources into all of these operations, we fund them, we have all of these funds and we get sources, and you're saying to me the drugs are kept in this lab for more than 10 years. So a drug case can possibly 10 years.
Correct.
Here too. So if they put there for 10 years, right? This is the point I want to understand. They put there for 10 years. What are they doing with those 10 years drugs? Because the evidence is there. So after they won the case, they keep the drugs in their vault. This guy's talking about, that vault is talking about for 10 years. For 10 years, they. Yeah.
Without destruction.
Without destruction.
Correct.
I believe the destruction process, and the drugs did date back sometimes 10 to 15 years. It stays in the lab because of these discrepancies. I think the reason why I pointed this out was to show South Africans what is actually happening and why these cases are actually prolonged and take years to get finalized, and why we cannot win the war against drugs.
We never win, Shane. We never win, unless if the citizens of this country stand up. Unless the citizens of this country stand up and fight the crime for themselves. Because the police who selected me is just a waste of our feelings. Because people, they are so scared, lots of killings, lots of illegal guns, lots of drugs. But we say we have police.
Who are the people that were stealing the drugs? Do you have names for us? Are they still working there? No, sir, please, because I think we need to pay that lab a visit. Who are the people that was doing this? Because they are destroying lives, they are murderers.
Definitely. Facts. He's going to put his life into danger. But when you come here, you're going to testify. You know, it can lead to this. Whether you're going to come after you or come after your family. That's the thing about it.
We forwarded the names to National Commissioner Masemola.
And he hasn't acted.
No,
when did you send the names to him?
Last 25 July, yes, we submitted the names to him.
July, this last year?
Yes.
And he hasn't acted?
We're waiting for the report, as we've indicated earlier.
You haven't received feedback from anyone for years on end. What makes you think you're going to get a feedback from him?
No, we haven't.
Facts. South Africa. This kind of man make me scared. I'm so scared to be South African.
So you've identified the people. You cannot mention their names here.
Yes, I can mention their names, Honorable Chair, because we have a litigation at the moment that we
can you give me their names after this?
Correct.
Thank you.
Well, you can give names to us, but you can give them to her. Look, that lady at the background, she was like, hey, look, this lady best like, hey, James, why you put yourself through? I think like James do her own research. And it's a love of, like, if you love this country, you know, it's very important. If you love this country, man, why not? You love South Africa, you love this country, and these things happening, you need to act. You cannot just sit. Even like this is so surprised, like, yeah, open. Oh my God.
You mentioned also General Sibia in your statement. You said you went to General Sibia and to report this matter. And what did he say to you?
General Sibia, Chair, indicated to us we must go and apologize to General Cartels.
Yeah? Can I reach General Sibia? Can I have idea effects with ChatGPT? Please, ChatGPT, remind us who's General Sibia and what he was doing in Mandla Commission. So please give us simple English because of they just brought this name like now. So we want the viewers to understand. So it's very important to understand what General Sibia was involved with. It's very important. So we are going to know like what General Sibia was saying. They must go to apologize. You see, like, go to apologize, man. You guys go to apologize. Go. General Sibia. Who General Sibia is a more important, is not related to Manda. It is not related to Manda in India. That was a different topic completely. Yeah, in South Africa, man. Yeah, in South Africa. Hey, General Sibia, man, it's so good. General Sibia is high-ranking in South Africa service, being charged of important units, Hawks in Gauteng, investigates crime. His rank is Rear General, which is one of the most top positions. Why is in the news? General Sibia has been suspended or put on the leave while investigating are happening. His home, his office was searched by investigators because of allegations related to police corruption and misconduct. He's expected to appear in court. Commissioner, especially in his team, answer the questions. Okay, it's like even that General Sibia is so corrupt. Even the General Sibia is corrupt. Is corrupt. corrupt people.
Can't say sorry.
Yeah.
You want to say sorry because they're like the people they report they report a message to General Sibia. Based on what this guy is saying, say like, what do you say so to General what?
Did you report this? Did you open up a case against General Sibia? Because that's a very serious allegation. Turning a blind eye with his camera footage and not acting on these allegations. And these aren't just blind allegations that has been made here. There's a report here even from the public protector.
This is a serious crime, James. This is a serious crime. But what was the question, ma'am? Because of you asked question, then you add. What was the question?
Correct. We indicated to General Masemola what transpired in that meeting between us and General Sibia. And we requested the minutes. Usually when there is this consultation meetings in the SAPS, there must be somebody who's recording the minutes. And there was a lady who was recording the minutes when General Sibia was uttering such words. But later on, we demanded the minutes. They say they don't have the minutes. The whole Deputy National Commissioner
don't have the minutes. It's a secretary. Yes, there's people who take the minutes, or it can be admin who take the minutes during the meetings. So it's like they don't have the minutes. That's what you're saying. And you say this when you start this, you mentioned that he mentioned that like if you're good police and police will never get promoted, they promote those one who are submissive. Those when they say 1 is 1, 2 is 2. But if you are strictly, you will never be promoted. You will never be.
Okay. I want to move on to how this process works. You said your salary was suspended for 2 months while there was a departmental inquiry. Am I correct? Also here, can you explain to us the process when it comes to suspension of salaries? Because at the moment we have as many members that's on suspension. We have a whole minister, we have this very General Sibia suspended for months on end, and they still be getting their pay, full salaries.
Serious. Wow, I think it depends who you are. I feel like it depends who are you. Because say like the General Sibia, people have been suspension, but they're getting their full salaries. But why not you? Are those people in power abuse workers? Because this is a power of abuse. Or do they follow the labor laws?
What is there just someone wakes up and feels that, you know what, I don't like you, you're not part of a faction, so I'm suspending, withholding your salary. Is there a process in SAPS? Because that's very concerning.
Yeah, thanks, Chair. That one, honorable member, it was very much surprising and very painful because it was a disciplinary hearing. And on that disciplinary hearing, I was a member of the union. Then my union said, you cannot charge the member. We must invoke Schedule 8. Then they said, no, we are proceeding. Then my rep said, no, we're not going on with the proceeding. We are working out. That is when I got the suspension. No, you are suspended without salary. And then once you tell us or you are coming back, then we'll reinstate your salary.
But police.
Once you are coming back, like, I don't understand. Once you're coming back from where? They give, like, let's go in. I don't, guys, I'm not here to work. I'm here to educate you. I'm not here to play with you. You suspend someone without paying them salary, 2 months salaries. Based on the labor laws, what it says about that. Do it now. So like this thing is very important. I think that we need to discuss about them. I think that we need to talk about them, so we can have idea and see what's happening. You know, you can't just suspend someone. General ruling: if you are just suspicion pending investigation, to employee must be paid. In South Africa labor laws, when employees suspend employee when investigating alleged misconduct or paying disciplinary, this normal procedure substitution is not a punishment. In this situation, the employee is still officially employed and must be paid by the normal salary and benefits. Withholding pay just because of investigation is going is not allowed unless it's very specific legal or contractual reason. The Basic Condition Employment Act says employer must pay employees. The agreed intervals cannot be held. Okay. I think like now, you know, when your boss say like they're still investigating you, you must go back home, stay at home, and until they get the result, they must pay you. They must pay you your salary. They must pay you your salary. Then they don't have to blame you.
So sorry, surely there needs to be a process. People can't do as they feel.
There was an agenda. There was an agenda against 3 of us. It's that we left another captain. It was 4 of us, Captain in Tswane. They were told, no, there's an instruction that the 4 of us must be dealt with. Cool.
I will. Because of you are against with what they are doing to the citizen of this country. You are against because of they use the power for themselves. You are against that. That's why they were trying to punish you.
Because we are misbehaving. The chairperson was very much arrogant to the union rep, very arrogant.
Yeah.
But after General Magadlela was appointed the acting, we have a letter where we withdraw all those disciplinary. Say no, you can't. When member is whistleblowing, instead of investigating his allegation, then you charge the member. Then you would.
You was whistleblowing. I did explain. I did show you what is a whistleblowing. I don't come in. So whistleblowing is someone in the police who see the wrongdoings and report them. It can be corruption, can be bribe, can be those wrong things, and then they're going to report them.
Through those cases, said consider those things finalized. We have a letter in our bundle. Then those cases were squashed, and then he said reinstate his salary. But again, after someone told me, no, it's fine, you got your salary, but this thing affects your pension because when you is suspension without pay, they are also including Saturday and Sunday. They dock you there when in terms of tax.
Because of they don't like you, so you're going to get all these penalties because of they don't like you. They don't like to vibe with you. So you must be in painful for those things.
But that one, we have an office in our division, Sterlesia. Sorry to say that, honorable member, but we must mention that office. I don't know which system they are using. Captain Malaji now is sitting with a P-triple entry. A grievance where his housing allowance was stopped.
Eh? Why are they saying you are stopped? What's the reason? Like sometimes people don't. I think like the work is toxic. Yeah, when they talk about working is toxic, but I think correctional is worse. I think the police industry is worse. People say like, yeah, working is corrupt. To work is mentally so. It's challenging. Yeah.
No one can tell Malaj who stopped you, your housing allowance. It's a grievance. We gave it to Major General Ramorena Chai. She's quiet. Yeah.
So what you were telling us here, that SAPS has a system where payments, anyone can just access it and just press the button and it stops payments. It's
someone in a Sterlesia office. I'm glad you say we must give you name after this thing. We'll tell you, and we're happy to say you'll do an oversight. Please come. When you come, invite us in time so that we can accompany you and say, this is the member, this is they must know we gave you the their names. We are tired.
I is tired, she. I is tired. You know, like these cases like this, they tend to be dangerous, you know. But the thing is, as a police officer, you remember you said you're going to die for this country. You took the oath there to say, I'm going to die for this country. No matter what happens, right, you're going to die for it. So you say, like, we are tired. We cannot be bullied like this and remain quiet. Yes, we can leave the SAPS, but those who are coming, they're going to exploit the same thing. So as we are tired, and you can see like it's very tiring.
Out of that situation, because they have function, they can even stop your salary without the head office knowing. When you go to head office, they say, no, we don't know. We don't know who stopped your salary. They are doing something.
So there's a possibility that they can even pay ghost employees.
Now with this 1 year reinstatement of Brigadier Murabedi, Honorable Member through your chair, we are suspecting because Colonel Matebula, Colonel Reder never disputed their sanction. We suspect they got paid because they never referred their matters. Only Brigadier Murabedi and Colonel Twala who referred their matter to SBC. But Colonel Matebula, Colonel Reder, they never disputed their sanction. If
corruption. I spoke about this. I'm not the works. I spoke about it. I was like, if you want the police, if you want the position of policeman, then corruption is everywhere. Corruption.
They never disputed this one. What is the argument, and on which basis are you basing your settlement? Because if you are settling, you must settle for all of them. You can't say no, you didn't dispute. I'm settling for this. Sanction was for 4 of them, but only 2 were favored. And if you read that settlement, Honorable Chair, the settlement is quite on Colonel Twala. You just say reinstate Brigadier Murabedi. It's quite on Colonel Twala. But on the top of the settlement, they are mentioning 2 P-SSS number. They say it's a SSSB award. There's none there at SSSBC.
I wanted to be a police officer. I wanted like so bad to be a police officer. And if you can hear things like this, or like, you know, when you go to corporate space, there's jealousy, there's witchcraft, but this one is dangerous here. This one is dangerous. And it is like these people, they're old, they know the industry, they know the police, and I think Travis like, no, we cannot allow these things to happen. We cannot allow this and this and this and this and this to happen. And for that, we need to give them hands, guys. We need to give them hands. Because it takes a man to take this. Someone has to do it.
None. And all our cases are assigned 1 arbitrator, Commissioner Naidu.
Thank you, sir. I don't have much time. I want to ask you also, because I'm also trying to understand, you have knocked on the doors of almost the entire SAPS, big wigs, the entire top brass, and there's not been an open door policy. No one has resolved. You've literally gone through to each and every office. I know half of these members that you have knocked on their doors. I want to ask you, You've never taken like, why did you get like a closed door? You've never taken chocho, you've never been embroiled in anything, you don't have any cases, you squeaky clean, there's nothing against you.
What a beautiful question. What a beautiful question. But they can create it because they have power. They can say like, yeah, you took the bribe, yeah, you know. They can just create it because they have power. Because if people are in the power, they control everything there. So I believe they can say like, oh, Papa. They can say, oh, Papa, oh, we need to deal with him. And then a beautiful question. So like, you never take a bribe. You never do wrong things. You never do wrong things since we're in the police and you look old. It looks like you've been in the game. So I'm waiting for the answer.
Because why wouldn't people assist you? Right up until the provincial commission, everyone. It makes no sense.
Thanks, Chair. Honorable Member, I will really like to take you on the testimony of Mr. McBride. He was cut short when he said, it seems like General Patlani is untouchable. Yeah, in this, he said that. He said, it seems like General Patlani is untouchable, and I don't know why.
The parliament or was saying those things in the workplace. Where did you say that thing?
And chairperson say, time is over, then he stopped there. But that thing, it must be taken seriously why Mr. McBride said that. Because I mentioned we were making the presentation, or every time when you complain, you mention, this thing, it involves General Patlan. That person, when you phone, is no longer answering your phone.
So do you think that you...
But I hope South Africans are watching this, and I said to hit that subscribe button so I can be motivated and react on these things. And I hope if you're watching this video, just hit that subscribe button, guys. These are serious issues that we need to focus on them as a country. You understand? That we need to focus on. So make sure you hit that subscribe button now so I can be motivated and keep on doing the way what I'm doing.
Could have basically, when you made all of these allegations and you reported all of these things, you could have been disrupting a serious drug cartel.
To say a drug cartel, it's another one, Honorable Chair, but this thing is a syndicate.
Syndicate.
Yes, because really we are dealing with a very systematic challenge that we really need to probably to say, where is the problem? Because in another matter of Colonel Ramolove, employer rep from legal said, no, I can't. He promised to settle Ramolove's dispute, but he came back and tell Ramolove as legal rep to say, I can't continue with that settlement. I'm told you are blacklisted, you guys.
My time is up. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much, guys, for thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for your time. Thanks so much for hitting that subscribe button. This is a beautiful video to learn on. As South African, I just wake up like this, and nowadays I was like, man, I need to react. I was like this. I was like, I need literally. This is what they say. I was there literally. I need to react on these issues because these issues affect us. These issues affect the citizen of this country. Just imagine. So thanks so much. I hope you enjoyed this video. My name is Emily the Card. I do the most every day. Stay tuned. I love you so much. Bye.